Hello, and welcome to Purposely Peaceful. I am Barbara Oleynick, the creator of the musical, The Miracle of Fatima, that was given to me, divinely inspired, over 25 years ago. And I invite you on this journey to share Our Lady's message for the remedy of peace for humanity that was given to 3 children in 1917 in Portugal. So, what's happened since my last posting, which was just 10 days ago, but oh my goodness, a very wonderful response of over 11,000 people have actually viewed this video, and about 85% have gone to the website, and a couple of you have downloaded the newly created 32-page producing guide that I put together to answer all questions on how to begin. And this is a huge undertaking, so it's not something that I'm expecting to happen overnight, but perhaps like me, it began with a little seed. And in my case, a voice as real as you that said, you must write about the Marian apparitions. And so, everything is there for you. There are links below this video that will bring you to our website, thefatimapromise.com, thefatimapromise.com/producing the musical. There's 2 links there to watch the full recordings of the musical, the Spanish adaptation that was done by Luis Marcel Ricard in the Dominican Republic. He requested the right to translate it into Spanish, and that was in 2008, and it premiered at their National Theater in Santo Domingo, and that was in 2009. He's produced it several times in his country since then. The last one was in 2019 at his own theater, and the musical premiered in the United States in 2000, with our last production in 2018. And this year it's supposed to be opening in the Philippines. Fingers crossed. We shall see. Anyway, so what am I going to share with you today? I said I was in my 3rd act. I'll be 73 this year, and I'm breaking it down into 30-year sections. And I think I hinted at last video that I came from a very musical family, but unfortunately it was also filled with a lot of, I'll call them challenges, but they were also gifts. Both of my parents were wonderfully talented musicians. My dad played, I think 3 or 4 different instruments. My mom played piano, she sang, she came from a very, very creative family. My grandmother, her mom, was a composer, and maybe that's where I get my genes from. Anyway, I had 9 brothers and sisters, so there were 10 of us, and I never met the first boy who was born. He was the 3rd down, because he died when he was about 3 months old. And my mom never really quite got over that. And unfortunately, both of my parents were wounded. They came from abuse, and that is what they carried on in the lives of their children. They were wounded, and it took a lot of time, a lot of therapy, a lot of prayer to get beyond that. But I lived for most of my life being afraid, most of my adult life, I would say, until I was about 35, 40 years old, being afraid of touch. It was, no one should have to live like that. And I know many people struggle out there every day, children going to sleep afraid, hungry, alone, needing someone. We need to protect our children. So in my own life, I was the 7th down in the lineup, and there were 3 younger than me. But there was a span of about 3 years before my younger brother came along. So I think perhaps that it was my placement in the family lineup that I was subjected to most of the abuse. And it's been something that I've often pulled on to understand the suffering of humanity, especially children. I didn't look at myself as, oh, poor me, or why did it happen, and not, it wasn't fair. I looked at myself as a universal child from the very, very beginning. It wasn't that I wasn't angry at what was being done to me, but it was just, I knew that it wasn't right, and I knew that it wasn't what God intended for me. And so I look at that as the opportunity to take all of that information, take all of those skills, and how do I bring it to everyday life? Well, we're given the opportunity every moment of every day, every stranger we meet, to look into their eyes and see the face of Christ. We don't know what anyone's story is. We don't know what shoes they've walked in, but we know that they are a child of God. And so that's what we're supposed to do: serve, love. And as a servant of Our Lady, in her sharing her message of Fatima, I continually thank thank Christ that I am part of this journey with, as many of you are, because there are many, many organizations out there that believe in the Fatima message, that are Marian organizations. And we've been preaching to the choir. We need to bring people in to share this story of her message of peace for humanity with everyone, and in a way that's accessible. What do people like to do today? They like to be entertained, right? So let's entertain them, but also let's share them a story that's historically accurate, but has engaging music and scenes and mystical events and miracles. So I invite you to come along with me, and know that it will begin with perhaps one thought of one person who will look at this and say, can I? Maybe. And you'll look at the video again, and you might look at the one of the full videos of the show. The one in 2009 is subtitled in English, and the other one is not, but it's relatively easy to follow along. I also made a recording of the entire script and score. So I narrated it, and it came out pretty good. That's available on the website as well. So you can listen to that in your car, as you're going for your morning walk. It's there. And so I invite you to come along, bring the Miracle of Fatima, bring it to your country, bring it to your community. But most of all, know that through you, he lives. And that is what is asked of us, to bring the light of her Son to the world, show the love of her Son to the world. As brothers and sisters, united as one, who know that his coming will not be undone. For there's only one humanity, only one family, and we, my children, are the family of God. It's their story, so succinctly told. I'm not that bright to have written that. That was given to me. Through you he lives. That song was given to me in one heartbeat, in one breath. And it is what is asked of us. And I know, and you know, that the minute we have anything that's difficult in our life, what do? We call out, oh God, please help me. Oh, beloved mother, please Take me into your arms. And they always do. You are never, ever alone. So, I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope I get to share another story with you next week. Take a look at the website, thefatimapromise.com. Take a look at the producing guide. Sit on it. Pray on it. And then ask your guardian angels before you go to sleep at night, what shall I do? What shall I do? How do I share Our Lady of Fatima's message of peace? Take care. God bless. And know that through you, He lives.
Bring the light of my sun to the world. Show the love of my son to the world. As brothers and sisters, united as one. Oh, love that is coming will not be undone. For there's only one humanity, only one family, and we